At 56 years old, I'm learning something new. And I'll be honest with you, today made me very nervous. This was my first solo motorcycle ride. No one leading the way, no brother-in-law in front of me, no familiar rider to follow, just me and a borrowed bike, a city I barely knew, and that little voice in my head asking, "Are we really doing this?" Apparently, yes. Yes, we were. Donna and I were visiting her family in Fargo, North Dakota, and my brother-in-law had taken some time off so he could ride every day. Riding is his passion. He's the one that got both me and Donna interested in learning in the first place. He started us out on his little 125, just so we get used to what a motorcycle feels like. It was small, inexpensive, and not at all intimidating. The kind of bike that, if it got dropped, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Luckily, no one dropped it. At least, as far as you know. Fargo actually turned out to be a pretty great place to learn. It has flat roads, a grid layout, neighborhoods with 25-mile-an-hour speed limits, enough traffic to keep you aware, but not so much that it felt overwhelming. For a new rider trying not to accidentally find neutral between first and second, that's a gift. There are also faster roads nearby, so as I got more comfortable, we could work up from neighborhood speeds to 55, 65, and eventually 80 miles per hour. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you already know that I can technically ride a motorcycle. But that does not mean I'm good at it. And it definitely does not mean I'm comfortable yet. These are very, very different things. The first week I had no problem riding as long as my brother-in-law took the lead. I'm not from Fargo, and I didn't really know where I was going, and honestly, following someone who knew the area took a lot of pressure off. He was great about it. He even mapped out an 11-mile route that was basically all right turns back to his house. That might sound simple, but for a new rider, simple is beautiful. He had a plan for each day. We started with short, easy rides, then slowly built up from there. Some days we rode for an hour, and some days we were out for several hours, up to 5 hours in some days. Sometimes we just stopped for pizza, or we just took in the scenery. One of those rides was actually beautiful, and of course, I didn't record it. So that was another lesson. Record every ride, just in case life decides to be cinematic. When we first got there, he put me back on the 125 to reacclimate, and then see where I was at. Then once he felt good about how I was doing, he moved me up to his Vulcan 750. For me, that bike was a much better fit. It had a lot more low-end torque, and the clutch travel was shorter than I was used to, so I had to be very careful in first gear. It could get a little jumpy if I wasn't smooth. But once we got moving, it felt great, especially when we were accelerating up to higher speeds, which he loves to do. That's the bike I took my solo ride on. By the end of the first week, I was getting more comfortable on it. Not completely comfortable, but enough to think, okay, maybe I can do this by myself. The riding position was a little cramped for me, and I don't think I'd buy that exact bike for myself, but it was a good bike to learn on. And after a full week of following my brother-in-law around Fargo, I felt like I had enough of a mental map to head out alone. I didn't think I'd get too lost. I also didn't feel like I was going to accidentally wander into some terrifying part of town. Honestly, I don't think there is one. So I just went for it. I had a general idea of the area, and a general idea of the boundaries and a very specific goal. I wanted to feel comfortable. That was it. Not fast, not cool, not impressive, just comfortable. I wanted a little bit of everything. Some neighborhood riding, a little downtown riding, some faster roads. Just enough variety to see how I handle myself without someone else leading the way. And once I was out there, I realized that riding solo is a very different kind of attention. When you're following someone, part of your brain is just tracking them, where they turn, where they slow down, what lane they choose. When you're all alone, all of that is on you. You're watching the road, the intersections, the cars, the lights, the lane position, the surface, the mirrors, your speed, your gear, your clutch, your braking, all of it, at the same time. And then, just for fun, your brain throws in, hey, don't stall this thing in front of everybody. Thanks, brain. I wanted to feel the zen of it, but truthfully, I was mostly just trying to stay calm and focused, and that was enough. One thing I noticed right away is how much you think about being seen. On a motorcycle, you become very aware of how distracted people can be. Cars, trucks, phones, intersections, people pulling out without really looking. You're not just riding the bike, you're reading the whole world around you. And to be fair, most of my rides in Fargo felt pretty pleasant and relaxed. I felt like people saw me most of the time. A lot of drivers gave me space. Some even nodded, and some clearly noticed me and adjusted. Maybe they were riders too, just in cars and trucks at the moment. I also noticed how many other motorcyclists gave me the two-finger wave. At first, I missed a few because I was so focused on the road. I see it too late and feel terrible, like I had failed some ancient motorcycle greeting ritual. But I caught on. That little wave means something. It means I see you. Have a safe ride. Keep both wheels on the ground. And as a new rider, that felt great. Stoplights, on the other hand, were not my favorite. Some of them took forever. I just pop the bike into neutral and wait. Then I start looking around because apparently I'm incapable of just existing quietly at a red light. Sometimes I'd catch the eye of the person next to me, and sometimes they would very clearly not want to make eye contact and would stare right ahead like their life depended on it, which of course made me laugh a little bit. But I also had to be careful. I have ADHD, and I know how easily I can get distracted by something random. Then the light changes, and suddenly I have to get it back into first and take off smoothly without stalling. Yeah, that may have happened once, maybe twice. And yes, of course, I learned from it. Actually, that's one of the biggest things from this whole experience. Every ride taught me something. Every single time I went out, something presented itself as a lesson. One day, I learned that front brake plus gravel plus a turned wheel is a very spicy combination. I didn't drop the bike, but when the front tire slid a little, I suddenly understood exactly how heavy that motorcycle was. Another day, it started raining lightly while we were out. I was making a sharp turn at around 20 miles an hour, and my front tire crossed a manhole cover. That tire slid just enough to get my full attention. It caught again, and I recovered, and everything was fine. But, lesson learned. Wet metal and motorcycle tires are not the best friends. There were a lot of these little moments. Not disasters, not dramatic failures. Just gentle reminders. Pay attention, stay humble, don't assume, and keep learning. That's one thing I really appreciate about this stage of riding. I know I'm new, I know I'm not great yet, and honestly, I think that's healthy. There's no room for pretending you know more than you do. The bike will correct that very quickly. I'm incredibly grateful for the time I had in Fargo with my brother-in-law. He loves riding and he loves teaching. That combination made all the difference. He took the time to help me build confidence slowly, and he showed me the area. He took me to dealerships. We talked about bikes constantly. I even got to test ride a few Harleys during a demo day and some Triumphs at another dealership. For someone just getting into this world, that was pretty special. Eventually, I'd like to get a dual sport bike of my own. Donna and I spend a lot of time in Arizona and Utah and other places in the Southwest, and I'd love to be able to explore some of those dirt roads, rocky roads, gravel roads, and back roads on a motorcycle. That might still be a little ways off. But I feel lucky. I have friends and family who ride, who encourage me, and who have been generous enough to let me borrow bikes and learn. That means a lot. And here's the thing I keep coming back to. Sometimes all it takes is one person saying, "Hey, would you like to learn?" That's it. That one question can open a door. My brother-in-law did that for me. He helped introduce me to something that I didn't really fully realize I needed. Sure, this is a little faster and heavier and definitely more expensive. And I probably make more old man noises when I get off the bike, but that feeling is still there. The feeling of doing something just because it's fun. I think we lose that too easily. We get older, we get responsible, we get practical. We start asking if something makes sense, if it's productive, or if it fits into the plan. But sometimes maybe the point is to just do the thing. Just feel alive. Just to remember what fun feels like. Maybe motorcycles aren't your thing. Maybe it's hiking, drawing, fishing, skating, music, photography, riding a bicycle, walking in the woods, or building something with your hands. But there's probably something from your younger self that still has a little spark in it. Go find it. Go do the thing. Just do the thing. And have some fun.